Where the salty winds howl and the waves crash with relentless fury, there exists a tale as captivating as it is harrowing. The saga of savage pirates and the insidious slave trade. A world where the seas were ruled by ruthless buccaneers, their flags emblazoned with the skull and crossbones, their hearts as black as the deepest abyss. These were no ordinary pirates. They were savage marauders, feared by sailors and shores alike. Their very names whispered in terror across the vast expanse of the ocean. Join us as we journey through the storm-tossed seas of history, where the stories of savage pirates and the slave trade intertwine in a dramatic tapestry of adventure and intrigue. Before starting, remember to click the like and subscribe button to support us in making more interesting videos. The rise of savage pirates. Along the Barbary coast of North Africa, where the sun beat down mercilessly and the sands whispered tales of ancient secrets, a bustling trade thrived, one fueled by the capture and sale of human lives. The rise of savage pirates stands as a testament to the human capacity for both brutality and audacity. Emerging during the golden age of piracy, which spanned roughly from the late 17th to the early 18th century, these pirates were unlike any that had come before them. Fueled by a potent mix of desperation, greed, and a thirst for adventure, savage pirates prowled the seas with an insatiable hunger for plunder and conquest. They hailed from all corners of the globe, drawn to the lawless expanse of the open ocean where they could forge their destinies and amass untold wealth. Armed to the teeth and flying the infamous Jolly Roger, these marauders struck fear into the hearts of sailors and merchants alike. With their sleek, fast ships and ruthless tactics, they would swoop down upon unsuspecting vessels like birds of prey, launching brutal attacks with chilling efficiency. The rise of savage pirates was not merely a product of chance, but a response to the tumultuous geopolitical landscape of the time. In the aftermath of wars and conflicts, many sailors found themselves adrift, their livelihoods shattered and their futures uncertain. It was amidst this chaos that piracy flourished, offering disenfranchised men and women a chance to carve out a new life for themselves on the high seas. Yet, for all their ferocity, savage pirates were not mere monsters. They were complex characters shaped by their circumstances and driven by a myriad of motivations. Some sought riches beyond their wildest dreams, while others pursued vengeance against the powers that had wronged them. And amidst the chaos and violence, there were moments of camaraderie and loyalty that bound these pirates together, forming tight-knit crews that would stop at nothing to achieve their goals. In the end, the rise of savage pirates represents a dark and turbulent chapter in maritime history, one that continues to captivate and intrigue to this day. Their exploits, both legendary and infamous, serve as a reminder of the complexities of human nature and the enduring allure of the open sea. The Barbary slave trade. The Barbary slave trade, also known as the Barbary Corsair slave trade, was a dark and insidious chapter in history that unfolded along the shores of North Africa during the 16th to 19th centuries. Situated along the Barbary coast, which encompassed modern-day Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya, the region became notorious for its thriving slave markets and the barbaric practices of corsairs who preyed upon unsuspecting ships and coastal towns. At the heart of the Barbary slave trade were the corsairs, seafaring raiders who operated with impunity, capturing ships and enslaving their occupants. These corsairs hailed from the port cities of Algiers, Tunis, Tripoli, and Sale, and their exploits struck fear into the hearts of sailors across the Mediterranean and beyond. The victims of the Barbary slave trade came from all walks of life. Sailors, merchants, fishermen, and even entire coastal communities were targeted by corsair raids. Once captured, these unfortunate souls faced a grim fate, destined for a life of servitude in the bustling slave markets of North Africa. The conditions endured by slaves in Barbary were brutal and unforgiving. Many were subjected to backbreaking labor, harsh treatment, and appalling living conditions. Women and children were particularly vulnerable, often falling victim to exploitation and abuse at the hands of their captors. The Barbary slave trade had far-reaching implications, not only for those directly affected but also for the broader geopolitical landscape of the time. European nations, including Spain, France, and England, were forced to contend with the threat of Barbary piracy and the plight of their citizens who fell into corsair captivity. Efforts to combat the Barbary slave trade were met with mixed success. European powers launched naval campaigns and diplomatic initiatives to suppress piracy and secure the release of captives, but the trade persisted well into the 19th century. In the end, the Barbary slave trade stands as a sobering reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty and exploitation. Its legacy endures in the stories of those who suffered and in the ongoing efforts to confront the injustices of the past. Tales of Captivity. Tales of captivity during the era of savage pirates and the Barbary slave trade are as varied as they are haunting. For those unfortunate enough to fall into the clutches of pirates or slave traders, life became a relentless struggle for survival in the face of unimaginable adversity. Captives endured a myriad of hardships, from the physical to the psychological. Many found themselves subjected to grueling labor, forced to toil under harsh conditions on pirate ships or in the bustling slave markets of North Africa. Others faced cruel and arbitrary punishment at the hands of their captors, enduring beatings, starvation, and even torture. Yet amidst the darkness, there were moments of resilience and defiance that shone like beacons of hope. Captives often formed close bonds with their fellow prisoners, drawing strength from one another in the face of adversity. Tales abound of daring escape attempts, where brave individuals risked everything in pursuit of freedom, knowing full well the dangers that awaited them should they fail. For some, captivity became a test of faith and endurance, a trial by fire that forged them into stronger, more resilient individuals. They clung to hope with unwavering determination, refusing to succumb to despair even in the darkest of hours. But for many others, captivity was a living nightmare, a relentless cycle of suffering and despair from which there seemed to be no escape. Their stories serve as stark reminders of the horrors endured by those who fell victim to the cruelties of piracy and the slave trade. Yet, even in the face of such overwhelming darkness, tales of captivity also speak to the resilience of the human spirit. They are a testament to the strength and courage of those who dared to defy their oppressors and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for redemption and freedom. Acts of redemption. Amidst the darkness of captivity, tales of redemption shine as beacons of hope and courage. Throughout the era of savage pirates and the Barbary slave trade, some individuals risked everything to rescue captives from their tormentors and restore them to freedom. Acts of redemption took many forms, from daring rescue missions to acts of compassion and solidarity. Some brave souls infiltrated pirate strongholds under the cover of darkness, risking their lives to liberate those held captive. Others negotiated with corsairs and slave traders, offering ransom or diplomatic incentives in exchange for the release of prisoners. But perhaps the most powerful acts of redemption came from within the captive communities themselves. Despite their dire circumstances, captives banded together, drawing strength from one another and refusing to succumb to despair. Together, they devised ingenious escape plans, seizing fleeting opportunities to break free from their chains and reclaim their freedom. These acts of redemption were not without risk. Rescuers faced formidable challenges, navigating treacherous seas and navigating treacherous waters of deceit and danger. Yet, driven by a sense of duty, compassion, or simply the belief in the inherent worth and dignity of every human being, they pressed on, undeterred by the enormity of the task before them. For those fortunate enough to be liberated from captivity, the journey to redemption was often just beginning. Many faced the daunting task of rebuilding their lives from the ashes of their past, grappling with the trauma and scars of their experiences. Yet, through resilience and determination, they forged ahead, reclaiming their agency and dignity in the face of adversity. Acts of redemption serve as powerful reminders of the capacity for compassion and heroism that lies within us all. They are a testament to the indomitable human spirit and a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. And though the shadows of the past may loom large, they are ultimately overshadowed by the light of courage, compassion, and resilience. Lessons learned. From the turbulent waters of history, tales of savage pirates and the Barbary slave trade leave us with profound lessons that resonate across time. These harrowing accounts, though often filled with darkness and despair, offer valuable insights into the complexities of human nature and the enduring quest for freedom and justice. One of the most poignant lessons learned from the era of savage pirates and the slave trade is the inherent cruelty and exploitation that can arise from unchecked power and greed. The actions of corsairs and slave traders serve as stark reminders of the devastating consequences of dehumanizing others for personal gain. Their atrocities underscore the importance of upholding the rights and dignity of all individuals, regardless of their circumstances or station in life. Moreover, tales of captivity and redemption highlight the resilience and courage of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming adversity. Despite the horrors they endured, captives refused to relinquish hope, clinging to the belief that freedom was worth fighting for. Their stories serve as powerful testaments to the strength of the human will and the enduring power of hope and solidarity. Additionally, the era of savage pirates and the slave trade underscores the interconnectedness of human history and the enduring legacy of past injustices. The repercussions of piracy and slavery continue to reverberate across generations, shaping the social, political, and economic landscapes of today. These historical lessons compel us to confront the legacies of oppression and exploitation that persist in our world and to work towards building a more just and equitable society for all. Ultimately, the lessons learned from the era of savage pirates and the Barbary slave trade remind us of the importance of empathy, compassion, and collective action in the face of injustice. They challenge us to confront the darker chapters of our past with honesty and humility, and to strive toward a future where freedom, dignity, and equality are afforded to all. Thank you for watching the entire video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support us. See you in the next video.